Welcome to your personal revolution.
Hi, everyone.
If you're, maybe in your 40s and you're feeling that sort of pull for something more, especially maybe in your relationships or just unlocking your own potential.
Then yeah, you've definitely landed in the right place.
Absolutely.
You're here to explore how you can really connect better with yourself first and then build those stronger, more fulfilling relationships. It's not always about grand gestures, right? It's more about understanding what makes us all tick.
It really is. I'm Bibadura, and as a life and mindset coach, I see it all the time, how our own internal stuff, those beliefs we don't even realize we have, the emotional habits, they can be the biggest roadblocks, honestly, in creating the love and the life that you actually want. So my focus is really helping you spot those blocks and navigate through them.
And I'm Max. Working alongside B, my role is kind of bringing a practical angle to all this. I look at how we can use, let's say, clearer frameworks, tangible shifts in how you see things, really to build healthier connections and, well, unlock that personal growth we're talking about. Think of it like providing the actionable steps that really work hand in hand with B's insights into the why.
Exactly, because ultimately our mission working together here is to give you both the understanding and the practical tools.
Tools you can use.
Yes, tools you can actually use to, take charge, to actively shape your personal evolution, especially in how you relate to yourself and to other people.
We really believe that understanding your own mind, your own patterns, and the dynamics in your relationships, that's just key. It's fundamental to living a more empowered and, frankly, more joyful life.
It is.
It's about spotting those patterns, maybe ones you've been repeating, and then making conscious choices to do things differently.
So if you're ready to really dive into what it takes to build those stronger bonds and tap into your potential right now at this stage of life, then stick with us.
We're genuinely excited to explore these really important parts of personal growth with you.
Welcome, truly, to your personal revolution.
Okay, so just as we sort of close out this initial thought, maybe consider this. Your personal revolution, whether it's in relationships or just your own growth, it isn't really about finding some, perfect finish line.
That's such a good point. It's not. It's really an ongoing thing, right? A process of learning, changing, evolving.
Exactly.
So maybe just think about this. What's one small shift? Just one tiny change in how you think about yourself, maybe, or how you approach a relationship. What's one thing you could perhaps explore today?
Yeah, just let that question Okay, let's dive in. Today, we're exploring something I think many of us feel quite deeply. It's that tension, right? That subtle but honestly huge difference between chasing what feels expected or maybe just safe.
Yeah, versus daring to actually go after what you truly want deep down.
Exactly. And prepping for this deep dive, it really hit home how much this struggle is, well, it's just very real for so many people.
Absolutely. And our mission here really is to unpack how fear often kind of quietly runs the show with our big life choices.
Sometimes without us even realizing it.
Right. And then what starts to shift when we, lean into trusting our own inner compass instead, it feels fundamental.
So the heart of the issue seems to be this.
Yeah.
So many of us are just moving, always moving.
Yeah, milestone after milestone.
Graduate, get the job, buy the house, ticking the boxes. But the question we skip, the crucial one is, are these even my boxes to tick? Is this path really mine?
Right. And the driver underneath it all, again and again, it's fear, plain and simple.
Dear.
Fear of what people think, fear of not being good enough, fear of failing.
Or even fear of succeeding sometimes, being too much.
Exactly. That too. And when decisions come from that place, that fear, even if they look smart or safe on the surface,
They seem rational.
totally rational, but they're actually leading you away from what would genuinely fulfill you.
You see it everywhere, don't you? Like choosing a career for the stability, but feeling kind of hollow.
Or staying in a relationship because it's familiar, even if it's not nourishing anymore. The known feels safer than the unknown.
Yeah, or maybe silencing that little voice inside, your intuition, because it doesn't match what everyone else thinks you should do. That's a big one.
It really is. It's like you end up performing life instead of living it.
Performing, wow.
Yeah, just going through the motions, trying to get approval or, just avoid disapproval, not acting from your authentic core.
And there's actually some science behind how fear gets such a strong grip on our choices, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. The cognitive psychology angle is fascinating. Chronic fear or anxiety, it literally changes how your brain functions.
How so?
Well, it can dampen activity in your prefrontal cortex. That's your hub for like higher thinking, planning,
The
self-awareness.
rational part.
Right. And at the same time, it cranks up the amygdala, your brain's threat detector, basically, your survival center.
Okay, so your brain is basically set up for reacting, not reflecting.
Precisely. It's optimized for immediate danger, real or perceived, not for thoughtful, value-driven choices.
So decisions become less, what do I truly want? And more.
More and more, how do I avoid feeling bad or unsafe right now?
Which, long term, that leads to regret, looking
Yeah.
back and thinking, how did I end up here?
Exactly. It's a recipe for feeling off course.
So what's the alternative then? How do we shift?
Well, it starts by consciously tuning out some of that external noise, the shoulds, the expectations.
And start listening
Yeah.
inward to that inner voice, intuition, gut feeling.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it, that deeper knowing. It's about shifting decisions so they don't come from panic or pressure.
But from presence, being connected to yourself in the moment.
Exactly. Asking what feels genuinely right for you right now.
And the results. What happens when people start doing that?
Oh, it's described as incredibly freeing. You start naturally saying yes only to things that truly align.
Not just what you think you should do.
Right. You get to define success completely on your own terms. You start honoring your real desires, your needs, without feeling guilty about it.
It sounds authentic, but maybe scary? Is it reckless?
That's the common fear, yeah. But it's not about being reckless. It's about being real, authentic with yourself.
Okay.
And interestingly, the neuroscience backs this up too. Decisions that come from internal values, they activate more sustainable reward circuits in the brain.
Ah, so it feels better long term than just getting that quick hit of external approval.
Exactly. More sustainable satisfaction.
So the real question for anyone listening is, what could your life look like, feel like, if you really started trusting that inner knowing?
Yeah, that voice that might be whispering, slow down, or maybe you already know the way.
The part of you that's just tired. Tired of chasing dreams that weren't yours to begin with.
Mm-hmm. It paints a picture of a totally different kind of journey, one where you set the pace.
Where clarity comes from stillness, maybe. Not just constant stress and striving.
Yes. And the core message is so powerful, you don't need the whole path figured out.
Just stop letting fear drive the bus.
That's the crucial first step. Dislodge fear from the driver's seat.
Because really, when you stop chasing out of fear and you start choosing from that place of inner trust, alignment,
That's when everything can genuinely
it
change.
feels like the whole landscape shifts.
It really can. So, maybe a final thought for everyone listening. Consider one small decision you're facing today. Just one. And ask yourself, if fear wasn't running the show here, what might that inner voice whisper? What would choosing from alignment feel like instead of just chasing what feels safe or expected?
What would choosing look like instead of chasing?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Just sit with. So, we often hear from you, right, about reaching that point where you just, you sense there's something more, that feeling.
Yeah, like you're capable of breaking through something. And honestly, from everything we've seen guiding people, that feeling, it's usually spot on.
Absolutely. There's this incredible potential inside everyone, and it often just starts with acknowledging, okay, I'm ready to move past this thing that feels limiting.
And what's really interesting is that those limits, they are always these, huge concrete walls. Sometimes it's more subtle.
Like habits of thinking.
Exactly. Or emotional patterns that maybe keep you going in circles. The real key, we find, is sort of bringing those unconscious things into the light.
Right. Creating space for something new by seeing the old patterns. And, guiding people through this, the biggest hurdle isn't always the big change itself. It's often just getting started.
That first step, it's shifting from just wanting it to, well, actively doing something about it.
Yeah, making that conscious choice to actually engage with those maybe emotional blocks or beliefs.
And look, if you're feeling that readiness, if this conversation resonates and you're thinking, okay, I want to take that step, we've actually designed something specific for this.
We have. It's a focused experience we're calling Your Personal Revolution.
Think of it as a dedicated pathway, a way to really begin that process of breaking free,
Mm-hmm. And over 7 days, the main goal really is to help you start identifying and understanding those emotional blockages.
Yeah, and the limiting beliefs, too, that might be holding you back from, like, feeling the way you actually want to feel deep down.
It's about kicking off a genuine shift, starting that deeper transformation inside.
When it's practical. That's important.
Wow.
Each day you get a specific task. It's not just theory.
No vague ideas. These are actionable things, exercises designed to boost your self-awareness.
Right, and connect you with what really feels authentic for you.
So the real value here, it's about actively participating in your own emotional transformation day by day.
You'll be taking concrete steps, little by little, to understand and work through whatever feels stuck.
And to help you with that, especially in this initial phase, we've put together some specialized tools.
Yeah, and inspiring materials too, things drawn from our experience and work. It's all structured, step by step.
So you can navigate it without feeling, completely overwhelmed by it all.
Exactly.
And we really believe that this kind of opportunity, this chance to initiate real personal change, it should be accessible to anyone who feels that pull towards growth.
Absolutely. Which is why we wanted to offer this Your Personal Revolution Challenge with a name your price approach.
Meaning you decide. You decide the value you want to place on this 7-day experience.
Based on what feels right for you, what fits your situation right now, and I guess your commitment level to starting this journey.
It puts you in control right from the start.
Yeah. You're in the driver's seat.
So if this is speaking to you, if you're feeling that inner nudge towards something more, and you feel ready to take that really crucial first step, you can find all the details, everything you need to know about how to join the 7-day Your Personal Revolution. It's all available via the link in our profile description.
We genuinely believe in your potential for positive change. We see it all the time.
We do.
Consider this an invitation, really. An invitation to start exploring that potential within you.
And to begin creating that emotional freedom you're looking for. It's possible.
It really is. Just take that first step.